Brand new video out of Egypt where supporters of ousted President Morsi clashing with police overnight yet again. Young men throwing stones at police, shouting Allah Akbar and other pro-Morsi slogans. And this violence only expected to get worse.
The Brotherhood, this is their MO. This is a very stealthy organization. They work and they move in the shadows behind the scenes. Now, people need to remember Hamas, which is killing Israeli women and children, Palestinian wing of the Muslim Brotherhood. So this meeting, which brought together Brotherhood bigwigs from around the world, basically they're planning the end game now that Morsi is gone. Okay, where do we go from here? The movement has been weakened in Egypt. They are present in 80 countries around the world. Egypt is the main hub, but they're global, and yes, they're here in America and in Europe as well. Without 9/11, I point this out, or without the Muslim Brotherhood, 9/11 would have never happened. And I say that because the Muslim Brotherhood is the granddaddy of them all when it comes to Islamic terror groups. They spawned Al-Qaeda, they spawned Hamas. All the terrorist chaos we're seeing now around the world started with the Muslim Brotherhood. Their ideology, jihad, martyrdom. Al-Qaeda picked it up, ran with it. Bin Laden, Zawahiri, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, all of these Al-Qaeda kingpins belonged to the Muslim Brotherhood before they formed Al-Qaeda. The Brotherhood is the gateway drug to terrorism, and the American people need to know that, and need to know what this group is all about. And they are here, as I point out in the book, they are here in America.
It's where 3 explosions struck on Friday morning. The first blast killed at least 4 people and hurt dozens outside the police headquarters in the center of the capital. The explosion severely damaged the front of the building and the Museum of Islamic Art just across the street. And the second blast struck near a metro station in a different part of the city, reportedly killing a policeman and injuring 15 others. Now, attacks on security and police locations have stepped up since the military overthrew the regime of Islamist President Mohamed Morsi and launched a crackdown on his supporters last summer.
At least 6 people were killed in 4 separate explosions in and around Cairo on Friday. 2 of the bombs went off outside police stations. Another one exploded outside a movie theater. But the most powerful blast happened outside police headquarters. Now take a look at this surveillance video of that explosion. There you saw it go off. That one killed 4 people and wounded at least 50. All of this comes one day before the 3-year anniversary of the uprising that swept Hosni Mubarak from power.
When the sun goes down in Baghdad, this is what happens. The American military moves in. ABC News obtained these images. A massive American cargo jet delivering weapons to Iraqi military partners. 2,400 rockets to arm Iraqi attack helicopters in an all-out war against Al-Qaeda. A war Al-Qaeda is winning. The battleground's familiar, Fallujah.
While we've put Al-Qaeda's core leadership on a path to defeat, the threat has evolved as Al-Qaeda affiliates and other extremists take root in different parts of the world.
In a secret location deep in the Somali bush, I meet Al-Shabaab, one of the most feared Al-Qaeda affiliated organizations. This is the jihadist group behind the attack at the Westgate shopping mall in Kenya 2 months ago that left 67 people dead. This is the face they want the world to see. This is the Al-Shabaab class of 2013. He's the public face of the group and the only one willing to show his face on camera.
يعني waxa waaye kulligaas iyo haweenkaas jacayl ku keenay waxaan uga bixin karnaa diinteenu u laabano oo ah jihaad icdaad
لا يرون الفنا
maanta Kenya maxaa haysta wiilal idinkoo kalkaleeta tababarka intaad qabtaan oo kala qabo naftoodii rabbi ka gata tabaaraka wa tacaala ayaa ilaahay tabaaraka wa tacaala muslimiinta wuxuu kaga siiyey guul fara badan.
The mosque quickly fills up with some having to pray outside in the heat. It's a good opportunity for Al-Shabaab spokesman Sheikh Ali Dere this time in civilian clothes, to drum up more support.
عند الربا قال إلى حساب طنطو إذن كواي عند الربا إن عادوا كتب على أذي كواي يمشي وقالوا هاي دين الله تبارك وتعالى قال هذا وحي راودين كلبكم أنتم ساعد جوجان ساعة راودين.
Al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri reportedly is calling on rebels in Syria to stop fighting each other. In recent weeks, a small but powerful group has been caught up in clashes with other insurgents in Syria, often triggered by disputes over authority and territory. Meanwhile, fighting continues across the country as negotiators gather in Switzerland for peace talks. Opposition leaders at the meeting say they want to see a future without President Bashar al-Assad. Few expect the talks to result in a breakthrough to end the war. Rights groups say at least 1,400 people have been killed in the past 20 days.
Dozens of students have been shot dead by Islamist militants in Nigeria who stormed a dormitory early on Sunday morning and just started killing people. The gunmen are believed to be from the terrorist sect Boko Haram that recently stepped up its attacks on civilians. This latest incident showing the scale of terror engulfing Africa.
All these groups are all joined together, be it Al-Shabaab in Somalia or the wider MNLA in Mali or the Mujahideen across West Africa. These jihadi cells are all under the blueprint and the organization of Al-Qaeda. The West has already declared terrorism linked to Islamism linked to fundamentalism and ultimately Muslims. When you're dealing with an ideology, when you're dealing with a mindset, and in the case of these groups, they believe they could do no wrong because as far as they think, they believe they're getting their blueprint from God.
إن شاء الله تعالى سينتصر على إسرائيل. ذلك أن بلاد الشام وفلسطين هي التي قضت على كل الذين غزوا هذه البلاد العربية الإسلامية. فمعركة اليرموك حطمت الرومان، ومعركة عين جالوت حطمت التتار، ومعركة حطين حطمت الصليبيين. وأنتم أيها الجيل القادم الصاعد المربى في حضن الدعوة، المربى في حضن القسام، المربى في حضن الفصائل المجاهدة، استعدوا لحطين الثانية فهي على أيديكم. فالمعركة معركتكم، والجهاد جهادكم، وفلسطين أرضكم، والإسلام دينكم، والله ربكم، والرسول قدوتكم، والقرآن دستوركم. فأنتم غرس الله، فأنتم غرس الله، لذلك ستحصدون أعداء الله في المعركة القادمة. ونسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يتخذ منكم شهداء، أن يتخذ منكم قادة، ليس فقط على مستوى فلسطين وإنما على مستوى الكرة الأرضية، حتى تسيحوا في الأرض دعوة وجهادا، حتى تدين كل الدنيا لله سبحانه وتعالى. غايتنا غايتنا قدوتنا قدوتنا دستورنا دستورنا سبيلنا سبيلنا. أسمعوها لأعداء الله. سبيلنا سبيلنا الجهاد. أسمع أمانينا الموت في سبيل الله. أسمع أمانينا الموت في سبيل الله.